And we are live. Hello everyone, this is the Void Executive and welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing? This will be the last stream before Christmas, so I want to wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and today is Monday. We'll be skipping Wednesday, Friday, and we'll see you again on Saturday. In this period of time where I won't be doing the streams, I'll be just enjoying the vacation, and I hope you guys enjoy the vacation as well. So, how is everyone doing? For me personally, as always, excited to continue the project. But on another note, I continued playing this new game that I got called Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords. I'll tell you guys more the details once we start doing the streams. Oh, another exciting thing, the next stream. Oh shit. Yeah, speaking of which, my mic just fell off, but starting next stream this won't be a problem because I'll be having the arm for the microphone, so it won't be on the desk anymore and be annoying. So let's do a quick recap of last stream. One moment. Let me just resize. Oops. So, what we did last stream was we continued with the project as always. Most importantly, we managed to finish the second version of the mask. So the first one was this one with the Steward of the Hoarfrost, and then yesterday we managed to finish the second one. Sorry, not yesterday, Saturday. We did the Lady of the Autumn Rot. And we also started working on the Niece of Blooming Fields, which I think it went pretty well in terms of sketch, although there is still room for improvement. But I'd say we can already start with the colors. I don't think it will be too difficult for this one, because the shapes are pretty straightforward. The colors are pretty straightforward too. The elements are not as complex as with this one, I think, but I guess we'll see. Also, depending on how it will look like compared to the other ones, we'll see if we'll need to add more features in terms of the design. Although I think it already looks quite nice. We need to remember to do the template just like we did with the other ones, and see how it looks like when placed on the face of the god. And yeah, now let me get into the mood and then we can start. Just one moment. There we go. Okay. References. I got them on another window. And then now we can go all in. So, news in these days. I've been playing the hell out of this game that I got for myself. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Let's say that in some aspects it kinda exceeded my expectations. In a good way. Because basically the way it works is it's a real-time strategy game in which you make your character. There are different stats, and the game is focused on commanding armies, controlling your settlements, that sort of thing. So you start and choose a background for your character, which determines the culture where the character is from and the base stats. Like, for example, it says, oh, while you were young you always liked to do, and you can choose, like, I don't know, work at the forge or be good with the sword, and that already establishes some of your starting attributes. But a really cool thing, I think, is that the world is the game map, the game world is not based on real events, although the different cultures that are present in the game are inspired by real world types of societies. So, for example, we have the empire, which is a more balanced type of troops. Then we have the desert people. We have the equivalent of the Vikings, the equivalent of the Romans, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses. I decided to use the empire as a starting society, and the very cool thing is that this world is very dynamic. So while at the beginning of the game you are Mr. Nobody, right? And you need to get your first troops and do some very small types of work, like fighting bandits, or like bring some goods from one merchant to another, like pretty simple stuff. But as you play the game, the world continues on its own. For example, there are the different factions that declare war on each other, even without your input. They make peace, they have battles, they raid their villages, they siege the castles, all while you are on your own. Then later you can decide whether to be a loyal soldier of a kingdom, or maybe try to make your own kingdom. And that will allow you to have more complex actions, like managing your settlements, taxes, manage your troops, lots of different stuff. And the coolest thing about this game, in my opinion, is the battles. So basically, if you ever watched Lord of the Rings, like these sort of large-scale battles with hundreds of units, all fighting in the battlefield. So you become the commander of your own army, and you give the different commands. You can have different formations for different types of troops. So there's like there's the base infantry, there is the archers, there's the cavalry, both archers and normal cavalry. There are people with pole arms, and then there's also different formations and different ways in which you can organize your troops. Like, do you want them to rush to charge the enemy, or maybe stay tight and form a wall of shields? Something that's really immersive, I would say. So in my playthrough, I started like doing simple tasks, and then I tried participating in the empire, which was my home society, and it was like at war with one faction in the north, like the equivalent of the Vikings. The problem is, and it was going pretty well too. The issue was that after we basically won the war, we went to war with that same faction again, and when we went to war the second time with that faction, for some reason two other factions declared war on us. So we were basically at war with 3 different factions all at once. And the problem, of course, is that once you are in this once you are loyal to a faction, every enemy faction will treat your army as an enemy, of course. So they will try to charge you and and kill you outright. Which led to my first big defeat, essentially. So now I am not part of any group anymore, but I plan on joining another faction, or maybe do a faction of my own. But yeah, it's a pretty nice game. I highly recommend it. So now we are looking at the size for this one. I think needs to be slightly bigger. Maybe something like this. Let's see how much it occupies in terms of volume. I think more or less. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let me try the template. Okay, and now we go back to the main faction. So let's get rid of this one. Let's make this one here. And now, just like I did with the sketch equivalent, I'll make the base colors separately instead of having one full gray color like this one, like only once. I'll make the different base ones for each element, so it'd be easier later to establish the different colors. So we do one color for the head. Then for the head we'll do later separately the butterfly eyes. Then we can correct it. I see some parts in the sketches that need some working, but we can easily finish this one later. This one is the head. Then here we do the color thingies, like these ones over here. Then we'll do the divine one. Now that I think about it, that game, Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, it's a bit similar to this game, Shadows of Forbidden Gods. Not really because of the similarities between the troop management, because one is very in-depth and the other is basically non-existent, but in the way that the different factions and kingdoms work on their own. Not necessarily with the player's input. Although in Bannerlord it's more maybe chaotic. Like, I see factions declaring war on each other much easier. While in Shadows of Forbidden Gods, the map is randomly generated, so you may expect some more chaos, but rarely you can have warring factions, but usually those wars end pretty quickly, because there are heroes who constantly try to make peace between the factions and try to bring order to the world. Since in the game you are already quite the menace. It's also similar to another game that I have that I quite enjoy, which is called Kenshi. Although Kenshi is more futuristic, like sci-fi, post-apocalyptic type of game. And like in Bannerlords, there are factions that are at war with each other. But like in Bannerlords, the factions can decide to invade settlements and do a siege, and then officially, if they win, the settlement becomes part of the kingdom. In Kenshi instead, they only do that if you do some specific actions, like killing a specific leader or kidnapping a general or things like that. It's not as dynamic, although it's very dynamic in terms of the troops, because in Bannerlords, like, there is the equipment, but that's mainly for your character and the main characters that you use in your party. You cannot choose the equipment for the troops, save for some specific classes, but you don't decide what they wear. In Kenshi instead, you need to buy every single piece of armor and every single weapon for every individual unit that you control. You don't have large-scale battles like in Bannerlords, but the battles are a bit more... I mean, they are very engaging, but in a different way. Okay. Oh, yeah, I need to do the color for the butterfly part. let's say that I've always liked these sort of indie games that may not be known to everyone, or maybe they are known to many people, but few people play them. But they are some genuine hidden gems, if you ask me. I think I made a mistake. No. Oops. I may have accidentally deleted the layer for the color head. Yeah, I can't seem to see it. Oh. No matter, I can just do it again. Okay. Just correct here and there. Yeah, I must have done something weird. There we go. And now, as always, we go with the color. We'll do something like this area. Then the rows. Okay. Then I may need to separate these colors even further in order to better differentiate. I think this one needs to be this color. Yeah. And for this one we go this color. Okay. For divine. Same for the color thingy. And then the rows. Sorry, not the rose, the flower. Okay. And then I think I'll make the eyes another color separately. And I'll make them pitch black. Let me flip the canvas. The butterflies and these extra things, I'll do them at the very end. So let's do okay, I need to think about the light kinda coming from behind, but I want to also add some light over here. Something like this. Let's see. So there was a little bit of green. Some yellow over here. Briefly fix the head over here. Maybe a bit darker here. Some darker greens. Yeah, we also need to think about these pink streams over here. Let me think. Yeah, I could make it so that the light comes from one of these butterflies. I could make the butterflies like glow in the dark or something. Yeah, I think this can work. Now it's just a matter of doing some general shading. Now we do the same with the rest. Darker here, but not too much. Because we always need to take into consideration the light coming from here. Something we did like here. A little bit here. Nothing too crazy. But enough to make a difference. Let's make this one a bit more saturated. Save. So, same thing here. So, this very bright light over here. Then slowly going darker and darker. Anything here? Same thing here. Maybe thing like we're here and then go for a brownish color when going darker. Let me yeah, let me okay, then there we go. Okay. Bit darker in this part. Maybe a little bit lighter behind. It may be a bit tricky at first, but I think we can manage to pull it off. Okay. Save. I think all of this needs to be bigger. We just yeah, now the size is much better. Although I may need to okay, I'll try to do something, or I'll try to separate the sketches as well between each other. This one goes here. Then this one goes here. This one goes here. Now you may not see much, but basically I am separating the different elements for the sketch so that it may be easier later to resize the different elements without having to go crazy. Okay. This one is the thing. This is the vine, this is the rose. This is the butterfly. This is the color. Here are the eyes. Now there's only the flower. And then the head. which is this one here. Okay, so now we have, oh wait, let me just add the butterflies just because, but that's only an extra. Okay, so now we have all of the different sketches and colors in the respective groups. So now, since we can see that the size of the head now it's okay, but the thickness of this vine is too thick. So now we can simply do this. Perfect. Maybe change it a little bit like this. Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah. I think this can work pretty well. And now we can make the color a bit further up. I don't know which one is it. Okay, it's this one here, which we don't need. And for the vine, why is it not? Oh, yeah, it's divine, sorry. Not divine, but the color. There we go. Okay. Let me adjust the placement for the nose and the mouth. Like this, and the mouth a little bit further up. Okay, I will add a new layer to add the pink color. See, how it looks like. We need to remember to add this darker green. Maybe even go darker here. Here, I think I'll just make something like this, then smudge it a little bit, or maybe do it I have a better idea for the background music. I think it's the original soundtrack of another game, but that's a completely different game compared to the ones that I've mentioned until now. The game is called Slay the Princess. Let's see. I think it's fitting for this type of god in particular. Try to find one. Maybe this one? No, this one has the fighting one. Okay. We just lower this one here. And then yeah, I think this one is more fitting. More relaxing. It's a bit sadder, but I think it's fitting for this god in particular. This game is the game of this music. Is a kind of a visual novel. It's one of those games where you have a story, you make choices, and they have different endings. Although this game specifically says that there is no wrong ending. All of the choices that you make are legit. I won't say much else because it's a game that you have to play it for yourself. Otherwise, it really loses its charm, I think. It says it's a love story, but it's very very weird. I really like the art style, and just like with the Shadows of Forbidden Gods, I made a fan art of that game as well. Okay. Yeah, let's say that the indie scene has been quite healthy, I would say, compared to the AAA industry. Lots of creative people and very talented people that bring unique ideas to life. As opposed to some AAA title that have no soul at all, are really boring. Many people tend, especially when they become very big, they forget that doing these sort of things is about having fun and not necessarily making money. Which is sort of what I want to try and achieve as well. I have an idea. Let's try. Oops. Okay. And then, so now it looks more like a proper mask. which is a bit of a coincidence, but the fan art I made for Slay the Princess was around a year ago, around this time too. The fan art that I made was made with the 3D. It wasn't made with Photoshop like here. It was made using a 3D program I use for sculpting called ZBrush, and then Blender for the textures and lighting and stuff. It went quite well, I think. It was one of my best artworks. I think I should do something similar next time, like implement some 3D. I want to fix the eyelid over here. It doesn't convince me that much. So let me fix it. Maybe the shape of this eye needs to be different. Yeah. Then something like this. Although I think I need to improve the lighting here, because still doesn't convince me too much. Actually, let me bring the eye level here. Then Let me find a better playlist. If the video starts, of course. Yeah. Come on. Wait, let me retry. Any second now. I mean, in the meantime, I'll just keep drawing. There we go. Hmm. Not sure if this one is the right lighting. I know for sure that this part, however, needs to be something like this. Yeah, I still need to improve this area real quick. Huh? Okay. Let me do the flower just in case. Oh wait, actually, let me just do one of the butterflies. I want to establish the luminosity of the butterfly. Also the color. So the original color was like this pinkish color, although I think I will make them more of a yellow color in order to match the type of light that the mask is receiving. So let's change it. Maybe something like this. Then make it brighter. Uh, pu- 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 Then maybe it looks so derpy. Let me do something like this. Yeah, bit better. Now we soften the middle. Yeah, maybe the butterflies can be something like that. Although maybe a little bit more yellow. Let me change the shadows. More, yeah, maybe a green. No, let's change the midtones or the highlights. Yeah, maybe something like this. Although, let me see the others, how saturated they are, because in terms of values, we are getting there. It's getting kind of similar. Now, my problem is the saturation of the colors. So, these ones are very colorful. This one, at least the face, still has some very muted colors. Let's do a quick test. Okay, so we do, oops, we do one before and after, and then maybe I can do something like this, where usually the brighter areas are more saturated than the darker areas. So the darker areas, they often have less saturation. As for the streaks, let me make them yeah, they are kinda similar. Change this here. Let's do a quick before and after. Let me rotate the image once again. Yeah, let me do the roses. They need some love. And here they need to be much darker, I feel like. Let me check once again the values in the other. Yeah, it's basically pitch black. Okay, it's good, but not good enough. Let me... Let's balance the colors, make them interesting a bit. Now the sketch is a bit in the way, so I'll try to color it. And add the edges through the shadows. I think now we can add some color on top of the sketch. Already miles ahead compared to the sketch that we made last time. Let's try with some multiply. I think we can go past the sketch. Let's check the values. Yeah, it's a bit too uniform. Maybe I need to add some highlights. Let's try. Only one way to find out. Okay. Kinda. It doesn't convince me as much. Oops. Let's try this one. And then add the highlights over here. We'll come back to that later. Let's try this side. And maybe make the head more pronounced. Okay. This music is kinda pumping me up. Okay, now we have a little problem, which is, I think this side is way too dark, too much contrast. So let me see if I can fix it. Okay. Let's try. Kinda better, I think. Before and after. I just need now to match the shade of red over here. Or wait, I can just do this. Oops. Too much, maybe? Or maybe with some color balance? Okay, and now I can properly darken this area behind. I'm still not too convinced. Maybe I could do something like... Maybe something like this. Okay, let's try in black and white. How does it look like? Like, I like it like this, but I'm not sure if it will look good when placed. Oh, actually, I think I found the solution. Let's go to our butterflies, and then we add a butterfly that will add the lighting over here. Perfect. So we do. The sketchy outline. Actually, we should draw over it. Eh, more or less. Okay. Then it was color dodge. Yeah. Now we go back here. Then we add the lighting where necessary. With maybe some slight Let's try before and after. Right, let me change here. Ah, yeah. Maybe a little more here as well. I think I overdid it. Yeah, I kinda prefer this version. Okay, let's do it again. And then simply do one color dodge over here. Change this color right here. Okay. I'm putting some extra care on the petals since those were one of the features that were made with as much care as before. Now the sketch of the head is kinda getting in the way. Let me... this one? There we go. Okay, let me take a really small break. And I'll just grab some water and then I will be right back. In just a moment. Where is it? The media source? Yeah. Okay. I'll be right back. And I am back. Sorry for the wait. Let's resume our drawing. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, we definitely need to adjust the head. Let me see if I can. Just doing one quick test. Maybe something like this, and then yeah, let me try doing this. Nope. Okay, let's try with this sketch alone. Or let me try with the new layer altogether. This is the nose, which will be a bit more up. Same with this one. And then the mouth. And then okay, let's try before. after. Yeah, I like it better like this. Okay. Then let's make the nose a little bit smaller. Actually, no, I think maybe the nose just a little bit something like this. And then I think I'll need to make a better mouth. So let's do just that. I want it to be like a cut. I don't really like it. I prefer it something like this. Okay. Let's try this one. Yeah. Maybe the nose needs to be a bit further up. And this one away. Yeah, I think this can work. Now for the butterfly. Let's try the same method we used in this sketch. Yeah, maybe something like this. And then below we'll add some streaks, something. Maybe here. Let's lower the opacity. I don't think it's that satisfying. Let me find a reference just in case. I'll try to do some photo bashing just in case. Oops. Okay. Something along those lines. But something like this. Then we change the colors. Maybe change the blending mode. Actually, let me do it right. So we'll do two different pieces. and then we'll make them separate. Then we both place them here. Change the color. What am I missing? Okay, this one is here, here. I mean, okay. 1, 2. Okay. And now we do maybe overlay? I don't know. Then we may change okay, something like this. Yeah, something like that. Now we together. We do maybe one multiply. And here we can blend the different colors. Although I do admit it's getting a bit too dark over here. So maybe I can lighten here. Apologies for being very silent. I'm just kinda trying to fix this part. I think it will turn out pretty well. Yeah, kinda. Let's try with and without. Yeah, totally different. A lot brighter too. Yeah, before and after. Oops. Now I just need to make some adjustments. In terms of colors and saturation. Okay, let me just save and open again. Went. There we go. Let me fix it. Just a second. Oh. There we go. Oops. Okay, let me try to this one. Now. Yeah. Now we only need to adjust a few things, but I'd say this one is much brighter, much better highlights. Now let's check the values, which make kinda sense. And now we flip it. Before and after. Total difference. Okay, now I want to do something like what if I flip it? Okay. And then still not too convinced. Is this one better? Maybe. Although maybe here it needs to be. Hold on 1 second. So it should be something like this. Or something like, yeah, maybe something like this. Or yeah, something along those lines. Let's try before and after. Maybe without the ugly eye. Yeah. Maybe now with the Okay, let me switch it again. No, I like it like this. It's not perfect, but or maybe I can do this. It's not convincing me. Hmm. Maybe it's this one. Nope. Oh. It's not easy. It's also because I've rarely done this sort of pose, like kinda like this, but not really. It's this eye, the way it's made. Okay. Okay, okay. Then There's a tangent here which I need to avoid like the plague. Yeah, maybe. I think we got it. Now. Maybe we have it. There we go. I think. And now we do. Yeah, it's one of those challenges that's difficult to make it three-dimensional when the original is flat like this. We save it. I think it's also because it's too... Yeah, if I do something like this instead. Slightly better. You know what? I think it's slightly better how it was before. I don't know. Yeah, let's try this one again, but with the lower part of this eye. Yeah, I think like this is better. And from here, we darken a little. Or maybe not. I don't think we even need to. I'll just need to. Yeah, we'll need to come back to this next time. I noticed that I'm getting a bit too hung up on this. But overall, I like how this one went. Much more vibrant, much more colorful. Definitely definitely something worth like something that's adding the necessary details. The focus, like, since this color is very vibrant, it draws the attention right to the face. But yeah, I think we can stop right here for today. I think we made some really good progress. It was a bit slow this time, but I think it went pretty well. Maybe, I'm not sure if we manage to finish this one next time, but hey, hello. Mask maker by trade. Sorry for not reading in time the text. I'm so sorry. I was very locked in. Oh, this is sick. I'm a mask maker by trade, mostly paper, so it's always cool to see this stuff on Twitch. Nice. Hey, hello. I'm so sorry for noticing right now. I was so locked in that I didn't notice your messages. I apologize profusely. But hey, I'm glad you liked it. It's I'll explain the different ideas that we are doing for the next stream. In case you missed the previous streams, they are available on YouTube. Now let me just I don't remember how to message. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't notice it. But yeah. I think this will be it for today. I'm so sorry, you guys. I should check the chat more often. I was so locked in fixing this stuff that I really didn't notice. Oh well, it'll be for another time. That's something that can happen. Either way, we'll see you on Saturday, because in the next the other 2 days they are the holidays, so I won't be able to be present. But we'll start where we left off with this drawing. What can I say? As always, it's been a pleasure doing this for all of you. It won't be long since we'll meet again, but thank you guys for coming to the stream, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever makes you feel better. This has been the Void Executive, And thank you for coming. Have a good night, everyone.